Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, just because he's recording it this time,
Paul Farrell, yeah! Hey guys. I'm in a very dark mood, but I'm gonna try not to bring you guys down with my virus of sadness and ruin this carnival atmosphere. It's not my plan. So I'm gonna try and keep it lighthearted. So about 2 hours ago, I watched somebody die. Been with her all week. Finally passed away about 10 minutes to 10. And I'll tell you what, I've had this experience twice in my life, and it's the same experience. You know, she stops breathing. You check her pulse, you put a mirror by her mouth, all that stuff. But she doesn't look dead. And you expect her any second to just pop up and be like, "Fooled you, motherfucker." My point is I'm totally gonna fucking do that shit when I'm on my deathbed. So. And anyways, there's no God. So, Prince passed away 3 years ago. It was his birthday last week. I'm still bummed about that. Still wearing purple bikini briefs. Actually, it's got nothing to do with Prince. That's just how I roll in general. But I was still bummed that he died. I expected more music, you know? But maybe I'm just like my mother. You know, she's never satisfied. But this is what I liked about Prince. There were two songs called Cream in the 90s. There was Cream by the Wu-Tang Clan and Cream by Prince. Wu-Tang Clan's Cream was an acronym. Cash rules everything around me. It was about struggling through poverty in the projects of Staten Island, New York. And the Prince song was about come. That's what I liked about Prince. Kept it simple. Universal themes, you know? I like roasting dead people. Because, like, what the fuck are they gonna do, you know? Yeah. You know, David Cassidy and Charles Manson died the same week. And when I was a kid, I used to get them confused. David Cassidy was with the Partridge Family. And if you kids don't know, the Partridge Family was a television series from 1970 to 1974. It was about a musical family that traveled around Southern California in a renovated school bus. And they would get into adventures and sing songs, and every once in a while they'd break into somebody's house and murder everyone inside. Yeah. See? Yeah. Charles Manson murdered people because he believed he could incite an apocalyptic race war that would destroy society, and that society would be rebuilt under his rule. And he believed that this was all prophesized in the Beatles' White Album. And in the 80s, they asked Charles Manson about the Beatles, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not really into them anymore. I'm kind of like into bluegrass music now. That's my thing." Yeah. You got mourners. There's a dude from System of a Down who was giving him a rest in peace on Twitter. And he got Twitter attacked. He got twatted by massive amounts of twats. He's like, "Hey man, it's not about the murders. Charles Manson was a musical genius," he wasn't. And I really dug his environmental message. He was like Al Gore. If Al Gore carved a swastika in his head and went, "Booga, booga, booga." Yeah. We all know it was the pussy. That's why people romanticize Charles Manson. All that fucking pussy. See, most cults are boring. Most cults are day-to-day boring. It's just like leg work. You're running errands. You know, some guy named Kyle claims he's God, and next thing you know, you're picking up his laundry. Cults are dull day to day until the last day of a cult, which is like the most exciting day of your life because it usually involves like cyanide or setting somebody else on fire. But up until that point, it's like an unpaid internship. But Manson, the Manson family, they lived on an abandoned movie set. They rode around the desert in dune buggies. They dropped acid and have orgies. And this short little smelly motherfucker was always surrounded by women. And these girls were pretty cute, man. You know, Squeaky Fromm, the redhead, the bottom bitch. You know, she was like a 7, a homeless 9, something like that. Yeah, that's why I always thought Charles Manson should have gave up music and instead like focused on like love advice, like a radio show for confused teens. Mary Sue from Austin, Texas writes, "Dear Charlie, there is a boy in my school who is new. I like him a lot, but so does my best friend. How do I choose between my best friend and this boy?" Well, Mary Sue, what you got to remember in a situation like this is that you are a desert, empty and void. I am the coyote who creeps through your dreams in the night. Become one with me and realize there's no such thing as death. Billy in Ann Arbor, Michigan writes, I used to work with a lot of immigrants in a Caterpillar plant down in Illinois, and they're from Zaire. And in Zaire, they all speak French. And so I had a crush on one of these girls. Her name was Grace. She had like very short hair and like a little ass that would stick out. And she would say really sexy things to me like, "Paul, you are so boring." And I'd get turned on. And I went up to her trying to make conversation. I go, "Grace, you know that song by the Talking Heads? It's called Psycho Killer." It goes, "Qu'est-ce que c'est? Psycho Killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?" What does qu'est-ce que c'est mean, Grace? She goes, "What is it?" I go, "It's a song by the Talking Heads. It's got a little phrase in it." It goes, "Qu'est-ce que c'est? What does qu'est-ce que c'est mean?" She goes, "What is it?" I go, "It's a song. It's by the Talking Heads. There's a phrase in it. It's French." I go, "It says qu'est-ce que c'est?" She goes, "What is it?" I go, "How long are we gonna do this?" She goes, "How much time do you have?" She's fucking hot though, man. And I realized after meeting her the difference between me and Donald Trump. Donald Trump believes women like that belong in shithole countries, whereas I believe I belong in that woman's shithole. And that does it, folks. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul, everybody. Bringing them hard jokes. Yeah.